Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. I am back on the 29th day of spring for our crop festival. It's time again to start competing in these after of course not having one for the winter time. And today Felicia is going to need us to give her a cucumber. And as it so happens, I just got my last batch of cucumbers that I'm going to be able to get in this season. And as you can see, I've got plenty of A quality ones available for the competition. And it's actually a very good thing that I planted 2 plots of these because I was getting some B quality cucumbers mixed in, which wouldn't have had us win first place in the festival. So I've done all of my chores and all of my farm work, and at this point I'm pretty much ready to head on over. And then otherwise we're just going to do sort of, I guess, a brief summary of spring. And then we're pretty much ready to call it quits and move into the summer season. I will probably just play on my own tomorrow and then catch everybody on the first day of summer. And I've already played ahead on another file and I've done all of my fishing, so I don't need to do that today. But I did take the time to do it off screen because I was lazy and I skipped it at our last festival. And for year 3, I don't think that we're gonna have any issue in competing in the crop festivals. There are a few crops in this game that are a little bit difficult to unlock. And if we get to year 4 or year 5 and we still don't have those crops unlocked, we may get into a situation where we can't compete in the crop festival because we don't have that crop available. Something like pumpkins are also very, very hard to grow, and I find them difficult to get to a high enough quality. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Next season we have to grow onions, which is super easy. Onions are probably the easiest summer crop to grow. So I think we already have the summer crop festival in the bag. And Felicia is going to give us a yellow wonderful. Now ladies, Felicia, Mirabelle, I appreciate winning and I'm very happy to do so, but I don't need another yellow wonderful. I really don't. I know that I said that they are useful, and they are, but I just won a yellow one. I won 2 of them this month because I also won a yellow wonderful after our sheep festival, if I'm not mistaken. The horse festival gave us a blue one, so I'm hoping that we don't get many more yellows because I am gonna run out of practical uses for them. I could stack them on tools just to get a better effect, but there is a point in the game where, you know, I have 3 yellow wonderfuls on a tool just to use them up, but they're not really helping me as much as they would be if it was just one of them for a more practical use. And what I mean by that, for example, is if, say, I had 10 of these, well, I could put 1 or 2 on my milker or my brush or my shears, and I would be getting some affection by using these tools on my animals. But I would rather have an orange wonderful and have a bit of a wool or a milk multiplier. Yellow wonderfuls are more practical for things like the axe in order to chop down stumps, and you can see that I have one in my axe already. They can also be used in the hammer and in the hoe as well. For now, I'm just going to keep them in the cabinet because I still haven't really decided where I want to use those. And if we just have a quick look outside, you can see that I'm starting to prepare for the summertime. I've gotten most of my crops all squared away. I am hoping that I will be able to get one more yield of strawberries off of these tomorrow. But as for the rest of the crops, they're done and dusted. And I'm pretty much ready just to plant some more stuff on our first day of summer. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually do have some summer seeds in my toolbox already. I have some onions, some corn, and some tomatoes to actually get me started. So I should be able to wake up bright and early and plant those on the first day of summer. And there isn't a lot that I haven't already gone over with everybody in other videos when I've been doing updates. We completed our rice paddy, so we've planted rice and we need to just keep an eye on this now and wait for this to mature and to come in, which should be like late summer, early fall, I would say. We lost 4 trees in the springtime, which was devastating. And I have only replanted the 2 orange trees that I lost, along with planting the grape seed. I do have the apple seeds, I just haven't replanted the trees yet. And I know I need to do that, it's just... it's a lot of work. But we are going to be getting some fruit off of our summer trees next month, which is exciting. Our sprites came back too a few days ago. I noticed the dark green sprites, which is great because that means we can hire them to do some more work for us. We spent a lot of money this month doing upgrades. We upgraded our house and we upgraded our maker shed. I also got Gannon to put in 2 feed boxes inside the barn. And after they completed the work at the beginning of the month, they took a nice long holiday. They are back now, so once I decide what upgrades I want to do, we can utilize them to help us. And I got a mixed bag of stuff from the ducks. I got some medium fish. The 10 D-ranked small fish seems to just be a given. I seem to get those every single time that I hire the ducks for help, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I usually use the crappy quality fish for gifts because the quality of the gift doesn't matter when you're gifting things to villagers. And there's a few villagers that I give fish to, and then the rest of them I sell. So it's always good for gifts and also for a little bit of cash, and then the rest of the time I either get good quality S fish, sometimes I'll get medium, I get the occasional large fish. So the ducks have been treating me fairly well. And you'll notice that I put monkey food into the feed area there, and The monkeys are now able to help us. Oh my god, finally, that took forever. So they're at 3 hearts right now, which is the absolute bare minimum that an animal has to be at in order to be able to help you. So you can see that the ducks are way in the lead. They have 7 hearts, which is probably why they're bringing me some good stuff. So I don't expect that the monkeys will bring me anything that's terribly worthwhile. And I had a look at the gift list for the monkeys to see if there was anything great that I could give them to up their friendship a little bit faster. And most of what the monkeys want is fruit. And obviously I don't have fruit. And until I ship 100 summer fruits and 100 fall fruits, I will not be using them for anything else. I'm not using them to learn recipes. I'm not giving them out as gifts. Nothing. As far as I'm concerned, the fruits are almost like a precious commodity because I have no idea what the trees are going to be doing, and I don't want to risk having to wait a whole other year if I'm close to shipping 100 fruits for that sunstone. So the monkeys are going to have to wait. Of course, the hope is that we would get some golden lumber, especially when they get to a higher friendship level, but they may start to bring us lumber and branches and stones and things like that. And that's all stuff that we can also use because we do still have some upgrading to do. So looking at our assets now, you can see that we have over $300,000, which I think is probably the most that I've ever had in my wallet at one time. I have 90 pieces of lumber in the shed. I do have some in my inventory as well. And checking out on my balance sheet here, you can see that I pretty much balanced the books with no problems. At the beginning of the month, we spent all this money on upgrades, and I was worried I wasn't going to be able to make back what I spent. But I, of course, was careful with my money, and I didn't really buy a whole lot of anything else this season, so I will have a lot of money going into summer, which will be used, of course, for buying seeds, and we should also not have any problem being able to do some more upgrades as well. All of the animals are doing well. I do believe we have our chicken competition in the summertime, so hopefully we'll be able to win some better Wonderfuls. All of the animals are healthy, and I don't have much else to say in terms of how they're doing. Our cat has 2 hearts, and the cat will need 3 hearts before we're able to get a sunstone from it. So we're just sort of patiently waiting on that. And spring was a bit of a mixed bag for a month. It started off really rough. Losing all of my trees was very, very frustrating. Worrying about money and making back what I spent. It was a bit of a slow start on our crops. It took a few days for those to actually get up and moving. I had a lot of rain, which did clear up, thankfully. That was nice. I actually ended up having a really nice season in terms of the weather. And although we won all of our festivals, we totally kicked butt and did a great job, we still don't have great Wonderfuls coming our way. It would be great to even win a green one. Another green one would be fantastic to help us with the amount of stamina that we're blowing through. I still can't get my hands on an orange one, which is continuing to frustrate me. But we also had a lot of great things happen this month as well. We did some major upgrading. We upgraded the house. We got the maker shed upgraded. And then, of course, the biggest thing of all was that we found out that Witch Princess is expecting a child. So we should have a baby by fall of this year. We just sort of need to carry on as usual and wait to see how that unfolds closer to that time. So, all in all, I think it was okay. I was a little worried that my bad luck was just going to get worse and worse and worse, and we weren't going to have a lot of great things happen. But so far, it's been okay. And I hope that things will be successful in the summertime as well. I'm looking forward to the nice hot weather that we're going to get in the summertime, and I'm also looking forward to new festivals as well, so we're going to have to check those out when summertime rolls around. In the meantime, I'm going to just finish up spring. I'm going to do what I need to do just to prepare for the summer season and finish up anything that needs finishing in the springtime. And I will be back in a few days when the seasons change over and when we're ready to see what changes along with that. I'm always very excited for the beginning of a new season. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next